Hello and be welcome to the next video about OpenAI Studio. In this session now, I just want to show you how to deploy an existing model or application into Azure, a OpenAI application. So in the previous videos, I show you how to open the Azure OpenAI Studio, how to deploy a model in the Azure OpenAI Studio like this one, and how to test this model by using the chat back end here, front end here, to just chat with your model using your model. And now I just want to deploy this one into Azure. So to deploy it, you will see on the top here, deploy to, and I can just select here, deploy a new web app. So if I want to deploy now this chat as a new web app, I have just to create a new app here, and I will give the name of this app, ShareForce 7 GPT 35 Turbo app. Yes, and now I have to select the subscription where I want this application to be deployed, and I will use here my training account, Microsoft Trainer account, because here is for training purpose. And I will select here a resource. I have to select a resource group. I have created already a resource group in the Azure platform that I will use here for my Azure OpenAI, and I have to get the location. I will use the location is US, because here I also deploy my model. And then the pricing model, the pricing, I will use here the free one, because it's just to show you, and say here enable chat history in the web app. I can just also save this, and you can just give a look here at the pricing model. If I enable the history, we can that means the content, the history of this data will be saved in the Cosmos DB, and there is also cost for all the requests that you will get. That means you have to keep an eye on the pricing, and also web app will incur usage to your account, so you can also view the cost here. Now, if I click here on deploy, then a new application will directly be deployed into Microsoft Azure portal, that based on my model that I have deployed in Azure OpenAI Studio, so that we can connect to this model and use it. So now to give a look at this application, I should open again here the portal, the Azure portal. So if I go here on portal.azure, then here we will give a look at the application that I deployed there. And so we can connect to this application. When we are here now in Azure, I can give a look here on, I have to go to the resources groups, and in the resource groups, we have this 7AI here, and in this resource, I will give a look at my application. This is 7GB. This is my application that I have created. That this is an ASP application. When I select this application, then we see here our project, our application. This is a resource group of the application. This is the app. This is the price. And I need the link to this application. And here you see that when the application is in a deployment process, that on Azure, it is running here. Yes, that means when you open your Azure portal, you will then, when you click here on the notifications, you should see that your app is still running. Okay, see, when the deployment process has ended with an error. So, okay, we have to retry the deployment again. And when I give a look here again, you see that here, we are here in the Azure OpenAI Studio. Yes, we have deploy an app into Azure, and it ends here with an error. The database account creation failed. So to deploy my app, I have stored the history, and that end up with an error here. So let us retry the deployment. I will create a new app, but before I create a new one, when we give a look here into Azure, if I click here on Home and I tap here in the Research App Service, so we can see the app that we have deployed. If I click here on App Service, you see that we have deployed an app. This app is the app that has failed. So when I click here on the app, you see Chef 7 GPT-35 Turbo app. And for this app, you also see the external repository of the project. So if I copy this link and open it here in the browser, this normally should be the app that I can use to manage my ChatGPT model as exactly as ChatGPT, yes, that I can use here for the chat. But it end up with an error because of the data structure behind. That means the application is deployed here, but there was a problem during the deployment, and we can see that the application is here. We can give a look at the environment. Let us try to recreate now a new app. Here is just to show you the difficulties that we are facing when during the deployment. If I give here, there is the app login, but let us create a new app. When I deploy an app now from scratch, I will call this a new app, and we'll call this a Chef 7 GPT, Chef 7 GTA. Yes, I call it GTA, and select again here my subscription, and I will select the same resource group, and the location should be again East US, and the plan should be again a standard, a free one, a free plan. And now I don't want to enable chat history, so that the Cosmos DB is now needed, and I will click here on deploy once more. So remember the name of our application is Chef 7 GTA. Okay, we realize here there is an error again, and it say free Linux resource is not allowed. So, okay, I think for the session of today is long enough. Just give a try in your platform how to create an application and deploy it from Azure OpenAI directly into Azure. And when you have it in Azure, so you will have here the application. You can give a look at the application when you are done here in Azure, and you type here in the search, you can type app, you can type here app service. When you type here the app service, then you will see all the apps that are deployed, and you will identify the app that you have deployed, and you see the status is running, you see the location, you see the plan, yes, and then you can open this app, and you will see also the URL where how to open this application, and to see the functionality behind this application. And yes, let us do one more thing. So in the deployment here, because maybe the problem is the free one. If I call this here again, share for 7 GTA, and I GTA GPT, and I create here select the subscription here, and then I select the resource group, and I select here the location is US, the standard price, I will take here, let us take standard 1, let us take S1, and then deploy it here, and we see the deployment. So I have not take the free one anymore, and we can click here to see the state of the deployment. And remember the name of our app is Chef 7. Oh, it's still web app resource deployment failed, not available instance to satisfy the request. So what is wrong today? Something is missing here. I call Chef 7 GPT GTA subscription. I don't want to take pay as you go. Resource group, location is US, price. Okay, let me take the B one. no more the free one, but the B one, and then click on deploy. I just want to see one application deploy, and you can see that the deployment process is ongoing. If you click here, you will see that the deployment is ongoing. The other one that are failed, you can see here. Okay, it's also failed. So I have to analyze. I have no instance to satisfy the request. The app service is attempting, okay, I have an issue with my license, my subscription. So make sure that you have the right subscription, but I hope you have understand the process to deploy an app from your App Studio into Azure portal. And so when you are in Azure portal and you see your application, then you can just copy. When I open the app service once more and open my application, then you will see the URL of your application, and you can just copy the URL of your application, like here, external repository project. This is a project repository and the default domain. When I click on this domain and now here, open this domain here, if my application runs without error, then we will see the chat, the chat front end here that we can use the prompt to connect to our application. And you see in my case, I get an error here. Yes, and one thing that is also really good and powerful is that now we have created an ASP.NET application, and this ASP.NET application has created a repository, a GitHub repository, where we can see the code and we can customize it. So I can copy now this external repository, and if I open it here in the chat, you can just connect to this repository. It is a Git repository, and you can download the whole code, source code, and you can extend your application now. It's like you have everything you need to start using the API. You have the test functionalities, you have your backend, you have your front end, everything. The structure of your code is already defined here, and you can clone it. You have a branching model. We will make different sessions because this is a training, a no code, not a training demonstration, I will say, but we can dig into the different source code steps. Yes, but if you follow my sessions, then you will discover much more topics in the Azure OpenAI solution or platform. Be welcome to our session every time. Just register to follow all our different sessions. Best thanks once more.